Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Sundays. This is your astral awareness time, your clairvoyant flash through the darkness.
Ooh, I like that.
That's what's happening right now.
Let me ask
summer
you a
solstice.
question. Do you think that there's going to be a whole new slew of brand new songs and albums in the next 5 years that's going to be more upgraded with the lyrics?
100%.
Tell
everything,
me.
Because everything has to everything has to hit that wall.
Right.
Whether you like it or you don't like it. It's not about whether you like it or don't like it. It's just that is the nature of the cycle of things. That's kind of like your empathic epiphany that you have.
Yes.
What you're feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like being an empath is powerful. I have to say, as powerful as you are, I've known you for 15 years, at least this lifetime.
Correct.
And I have watched you have your finger on the pulse.
Yes.
Of reality. And I mean that's an amazing thing. But you also have felt like where movements were going in terms of social movements. I think that's what's very important with empathic ability.
Yeah.
Is you can feel where people's kind of not where their tastes are going, but what they need.
Yeah.
And then that creates the taste.
I can feel if I can distinguish the word ebb and flow, I can see ebb and flow, which means I'm an energy reader actually. So I can feel and read where the energies are moving and shifting, whether it's an individual and a person or a group.
Yes.
That being said, welcome to Psychic Sundays. I think you already probably said that.
I'm psychic medium, trance channel shaman, Riz the Wiz, here with my lovely other half.
Lady O. I'm an intuitive empath, as you know. And I see we have people here on the chat. Everyone is here saying hello. And we are just loading up here. So, yeah.
So are you feeling now that we are officially in summer?
Yes, it's crazy.
The sun hit its zenith. I was on top of Mount Shasta with my retreat group. You were here doing all sorts of other magical things that we have in store for you, but we can't say just yet.
I know.
We will.
I was actually going to say something, but then I was like, Riz is not going to let me say. What's happening next week? Can we say
Oh, well, we are going to be
not the shaman weekend. Other part.
Well, you guys are going to see that we're going to be doing some traveling on to the East Coast.
Yes.
Historical haunted sites.
Yes.
Some UFO stuff, some Bigfoot stuff.
Yes.
Some mediumship clairvoyant stuff.
Yes.
A couple of little surprises. I mean, this whole thing is a surprise, but we're going to be making a little documentary about that.
Yes.
And in a couple of weeks, that'll be up, but we'll be up and down the East Coast.
And I literally cannot wait. And I am starting to get that feeling that I get when I start jonesing for Bigfoot. And I'm starting to get that feeling of I'm
jonesing for Bigfoot.
Yeah. I need to write a t-shirt that says I'm jonesing for Bigfoot.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're meeting up with a special friend of yours. You've been on his podcast, actually.
Oh, yeah, Brian Bowden.
And you guys go way back.
Childhood friend. It's amazing how soul groups work, right? So it was, we were 14 and I was playing drums. He was playing bass. We were in a band. And then I lost touch with him. Okay, it was just about music. And here we are 625 years later. And I find out that he's in the field of the paranormal.
Right.
He's very much in the cryptid world. So he's done a lot of podcasts. That. Guys might have seen him on a couple of the alien shows, with the ghost hunters and all of that. He's one of the experts of the Hudson Valley UFO swarm. Oh, okay. But anyway, he's going to be hanging out with us. You guys are going to meet him.
And he has some affiliation with Bigfoot. There's something.
He had a Bigfoot sighting himself.
So that is insane and incredible, and I want to hear that story. And is he going to take us to some of those locations?
We will be on this particular mountain where there have been some very, very interesting Bigfoot sightings and very, very credible people telling some very incredible things.
Can I just talk about Bigfoot for a second? Because he's in the air right now. He and she, by the way.
Is that what that is?
Bigfoot comes in both genders. So everybody thinks it's just a male. How could it just be a male? There's females and there's children and they procreate. Right. So if anybody has been kissed with how would I say it? The magic of Bigfoot, you would know that it's Bigfoot calls you. You do not look for Bigfoot. That's how it works.
There's a psychic connection.
Absolutely.
Between.
Yes.
So Bigfoot is not the way that we have tuned in channel. What are these? We're very much into the cryptids and understanding that when we talk about things on the Metamystic podcast, we are talking mystic, and then meta. We're going to the next level.
Meta, yes.
What people have been saying, and I will say as a shaman and someone coming from an Indian background where we have what people call mythology. I find it very interesting that it's mythology when it comes to Eastern stuff, but when it comes to Western stuff, it's very historical and fact-based.
Right, and then if we're in
African
India,
mythology, it's Indian mythology, but it's not. See, I can't even say the names.
because remember,
but it's not
the US of A rules the world, right?
Well, it's not even the US of A. It's just those major religions, right?
Yes,
so
but
now,
it tends to be
no problem with any of
northern.
them. No problem with any of them, except for let's not say mythology,
right?
Because it's not that you have religion and mythology, because honestly, you really can't prove anything that happened ultimately. But cryptids or creatures, fairies, Bigfoot, leprechauns, different, the list goes on. These are interdimensional beings, okay? They don't live in this 3D reality. They go in and out, and that is why we can't find their lair, or where are they, and where are their remnants, or what evidence they leave behind. So this is what's happening also at the Senate level when they're talking about the UFO discussion. It has now been said on the Senate floor in congressional hearings, interdimensional beings. They're not all physical. So this is happening, guys. So when you said, now check it out, when you said, is all the music and all these things going to change? Of course they're going to change, because it is all about the consciousness expanding. So it's going to go into every area.
And I think more people are going to like Bigfoot, and I'm very excited about that. So as far as Bigfoot goes, you guys, it's one of those things where it's not that you decide whether or not you want to believe in it and you kind of walk around going, well, do I believe in Bigfoot? I don't know. Like, that sounds kind of weird. You're not ready for Bigfoot. Bigfoot people, there's a knock on the door.
And it's Bigfoot.
Literally. And by the way, I had that psychic experience. You can go back, you guys, to our other videos. We did a couple storytelling times called Our Magical Experiences, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. It's in one of those. And I tell my Bigfoot story.
Bigfoot is also going to be a spirit guide. Oh, can I tell you something? Do you know that in my Oracle deck that's coming out, I have...
Please tell me you have a Bigfoot card.
I have a Yeti card, which is a message from this guide that comes in the form of this great silver white primate. Anyway, Psychic Sundays, what is it? If it's your first time joining us, welcome. If you've been with us since the beginning, we started back in October.
Yes, we did.
Well, first of all, thank you guys, because we are about to hit 270,000 subs. Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Thank you guys. We couldn't have done it, of course, without you guys. We're always happy to do this show. We have a couple of different shows that we do during the week, but Sundays we open our living room doors to, this is where we live. And for years we have been doing this, even when there were no podcasts on YouTube.
Right.
Our friends, our family, our inner circle would hang out. We would hang out like this, have snacks and tea and stuff, and just give messages out. And so that's what we're doing. The messages are free, guys. Sometimes people make super chats and they donate to the channel. Always welcome, always appreciated, but you don't have to. Let's talk about how we do the readings.
Yes.
Meaning like how we choose.
Yeah, a lot of people are curious about that.
Right, because guys, you will type questions. You don't have to type your question 2 or 3 times. Erica is she has like 2,000 planets in Virgo. And no, 2,027 planets in Virgo, I think, 0.5. And she does not miss any of your questions. It's just that we're not responding to them, you see. And the reason is, that was said with love. The reason is because we, the three of us, are psychically connected. They feel which questions I'm going to have answers to. Okay, so we only pick those questions because...
And I want to talk about the formatting of the questions.
We will, but this is important because it's very also important for when you guys get psychic readings from whoever you get readings from. Number one, if a medium ever tells you, don't worry, your grandma's going to come through in the reading, don't go to that medium. No one has the authority or the power to guarantee that. That's not how it works. You can put the request out. If you have a reading coming up and you want to connect with someone who's crossed over, you send a message to that person in your mind and you say, hey, I'm having a reading on such and such a date, if you could come through. Now, that's all you have to do. The reason is that it is a completely different structure on the other side of how things work. If you are supposed to have that message at that particular time, you will. Don't worry about it. So with us, we have been in this field for so long, close to 2 decades. So me, Erica, and Oriah are very psychically connected. They know which ones, intuitively, which ones I'm going to answer, and that's what we do.
Yes.
So we can't get to everyone, of course. How could we possibly get to everyone? So enjoy it. Sometimes you get messages. Sometimes you get messages from what a message is for someone else. Like if it's transformational message or a healing message. You also can benefit, even though it's not exactly for you.
And if you guys have any empathic questions, I am at your service.
You want to explain a little bit to people what that is?
Yes. So if you're freaking out and you are falling apart at the seams, I'm your lady.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, it has to do with the emotional context of things, your spiritual path, how to be just, how to take care of yourself better while you're going through the healing journey. If you're interested in becoming a healer, if you would like to know how to even activate an awakening, if you just need more information on how to process things in your body. So I can go on and on, but these are all my areas of expertise. I can help you with that. And as far as Riz goes, and I think you covered the different topics that people can ask, right?
You can ask anything. Sometimes people ask me where their keys are, and I've actually done that. But I definitely don't do lottery numbers or, codes to safes.
Yeah. So mediumship and
I've tried. Okay.
questions about the health and
I can crack other
animals.
codes though.
Yeah. Oh, I love those glasses on you. Do you need to take them off?
You don't want to look into my eyes? Now she has to
I
think.
like how he puts me on the spot.
You have to ask Taurus the most basic questions.
No answer.
Food, affection, sleep.
Okay, can we just stop with the
Shopping.
food already? Like, the food is third on the list, you guys.
That's because you ate before the show.
That's true.
That is and you know something? That is the only reason.
Okay, stop now.
Okay. All right, let's talk about.
By the way, I want to tell you how to structure your messages. That's what I've been trying to say.
All right.
Okay, first of all, Erica is doing a great job of helping you guys structure your messages up until now, but I would like to remind you guys.
Structure your messages.
Questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the best way. Especially in mediumship, make sure you have all the facts that you need to say. So first of all, make sure your real first name is mentioned, the first name of the person you would like a message from, when the person crossed over, and what's the question in general about that. Mm-hmm. That's the structured message. And if it's structured like that, it makes everything easy and fast, and we can just move on quickly.
So it's not just, we do a mix. We're not doing just all mediumship questions. There's messages about career or, try to make your questions clear.
Yes.
Of course. I want to help you. So I need to know the question. What is the question?
If it's, you can ask questions that are metaphysical and that are kind of otherworldly and out there. We don't really discuss like species because.
What do you mean?
Species, like other alien species?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't. I don't have time for that right now. There's other shows, other channels. This is a psychic medium. All right, let's have a debate. Let's get into it.
What's the difference?
So what happens is we don't pick those questions when people ask that, because that leads into another discussion and it takes it away from the question and answer of a mediumship.
Well, if there are some, one or two is fine in that realm.
So what happens is people start asking questions about the dragon planets and all this. Okay.
I like the dragon planets.
You can answer them, but I just want to know what is the mixture, because do you want mostly all
Well, let's mix
mediumship?
it up.
Let's
That's
have
the
this
whole point of a mixture.
Married couple time.
Right in front
Riz
of
likes to do everything public because he's a Leo. So we're going to have this conversation in front of you guys. Pause while you listen in.
What do you mean?
On what?
Just mix up the questions.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
So this is new information. Okay, Erica, update.
Really? I've never said to not mix up the questions.
No, we made a judgment call.
Ooh, you were censoring my questions?
Well, yes, because there was people asking questions.
I know. I say such dramatic language. Moon in Scorpio.
I'm so used to it that it doesn't even faze me.
Why don't we do some shout outs?
His drama is so thick that I'm literally. You're censoring my questions?
Why don't we do some shout outs? Why don't we listen, you haven't done roll call.
By the way, what Riz fails to know or take into consideration is Eric and I have a Leo sun, a Leo moon and a Leo rising, both of us.
Well, no, I have a cancer, but
there you go. Just gave her. Just make up charts, why don't you?
Okay. Should I exit stage left? Okay, bye guys. I'm out.
No, you're perfect. Don't change a thing.
Riz is trying to rip me to shreds right now.
Second day of summer. This is what happens. The shenanigans starts.
Yeah. Riz is in the mood to tango, and I guess I got to get my tango boots out.
Well, I'll tell you something.
We will tango tonight.
Guys, the spirit guides are here, and I am feeling them.
Good.
Start off with
Do we have some spirit shout-outs?
I'm going to start off with some spirit shout-outs. What are spirit shout-outs, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. Spirit shout-outs are when I already am getting messages for people who are watching, and the message I give you should connect to something that's going on with you. So sometimes it's somebody's uncle who's coming through and saying their name or your name or some very specific thing that they're connected to, or it's not that, it's something from my spirit guides. So I usually do about 3 at a time throughout the course of the evening. If these spirit shout-outs are for you, you should know. It shouldn't be like I say a particular date and then you say the date that's the day after. It's not that. I say very specific messages, and there you go. All right. So, do you want to do some hellos? I mean, is anybody new, and where are you calling? Where are you watching from?
We have our oldies but goodies here. We have people. We haven't asked anybody where they're from yet, but if you guys want to let us know where you're from, we would love to give you a shout out
to your city.
And okay, so yeah, it's hard for me to know who's new and who's not new because there's just
if you're new, say you're new.
Yeah, well, anybody can say I'm new. Paul, why don't you say you're new?
Tell the truth.
I'll know if you're not.
It is hot in here.
Yeah, I'm sweltering. I'm literally. I thought.
Can I tell you something?
Look at that thing is shut.
What?
That vent. No wonder all this time I have been dying.
How do you know it's shut?
Because I'm looking right at it. The vent is shut.
Well, who shut it?
I don't know. It's been shut forever.
Is there a ghost?
No wonder. I've been dying
Use a broom.
for 8 months in this seat, and now I see why. Look, it's on this side. It's clear as day.
Do you want me to do it? I'll do it.
You'll do it for me?
It's just a little thing.
Thank you.
Riz is getting up from.
I appreciate it.
The camera.
Careful.
Oh, you're right. No, it's open.
No, it's not. Look at behind it. Look behind it. Okay, you see the little knob?
Yeah.
No, not that one. That one. Yeah. Move that knob.
No, it's open.
No. It's not.
There's air coming through.
Yeah, on that side, but not on the side closest to me. There. Now, there you go. Now it's open.
Oh, you're right.
Well, what do you know?
There's air. Oh my God, I'm not going to die of heat.
No.
You guys have been watching me melt for 8 months, and
oh my God.
I don't know if anybody's had any
She was
pity
right,
for me.
actually.
Oh my, I was right.
But you move it just a little
phrase.
bit. You move it just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So everybody, enough of the shenanigans.
It was 115 degrees in
the heat has
LA.
gotten to us. It's been triple digits. You can't blame us. We get in our car. It says 110.
No, it was 115 today.
Yeah, 115. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
So we're just a little, Okay.
All right.
So, all right, here we go. So Erica has gathered some questions, and we are going to dive in.
All right, I'm going to talk first, though.
Sure.
Okay, this is interesting. There are 2 spirit shout-outs right now. There's someone who's coming through who's crossed over where there was some private joke, inside joke, about coconuts, and they're talking about it, and they're laughing, and it's for you. And JJ, the name JJ I need to talk about as well. Thank you. Let's start taking questions.
All righty. Okay, so the first question. Erica, I noticed that you went right into due date. Should I just start with Ashika?
Yeah.
Okay, because you see above it. Oh, that's an old text. Okay, here we go. Do you see ISHIK Ashika? Ishika, do you see me landing a job at Google for the role I have applied in? If so, any timing on it?
I don't see it. And the reason is I do see that there is a shifting going on in that department. And it's like the timing is delayed on this. Don't stop trying to get a job there. But I do feel that it doesn't feel to complete right now. It doesn't feel like everything is totally smooth with that. So, but don't worry about that. I mean, look, it's going to be either a yes or a no. But what I see is, right now I'm seeing a no, and it's further into next year, really, where I see the right opportunity. Doesn't mean you're not going to have a job before then, but I'm talking about somewhere that you feel really, really good about. So don't worry about if there's a shorter term position or a shorter term project that you can work on. I see where the longer term job, which is what I think you're really asking me, is going into next year. I actually see cuts going to happen at Google. Yeah, I see some cuts. Major cuts. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you where some people are coming from because they just started telling us.
Sure.
So we have...
Do we have anybody from Singapore watching? Is anybody watching from Singapore? I just heard the word Singapore. Okay.
Okay, so we have from Brooksville, Florida. Hi from PR.
Puerto Rico?
I think that's what
All
that
right.
is. Greenville, South Carolina. India, Lucknow.
No way. My dad is from Lucknow.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I was like, I know Lucknow.
Yeah, my dad is from Lucknow. What's the person's name?
012 Devashri Sahu.
Devashri?
Devashri.
Hi.
Okay, so then there's Colorado, South Carolina, Seattle, Victoria, BC, San Antonio,
Wow.
Fenville, Michigan,
Michigan.
Kernsville, North Carolina,
Wow.
Montreal, Quebec. Oh, Heidi Christensen said, "Hi, I'm new, deconstructing from Mormonism."
Okay,
Can
great.
I hug you?
All are welcome.
So Germany, Sarasota, Massachusetts, the Adirondack. Adirondacks. Spur, Texas. Detroit,
Spur.
Michigan.
Hold on, there's a place called Spur.
Yeah,
Texas?
isn't that cool?
That is badass.
That is badass. I'm from Spur, Texas.
Is it literally a spur for like the local flag?
I don't know.
I want to know. I want a Spur, Texas t-shirt.
Hatfield, I'm sure they'll send you one. Hatfield, PA, Minnesota, Ellenwood, Georgia, Texas.
Hey.
Canada, Alberta. We get a lot of Canadians. I love that. Sarasota, Florida.
I love Canada.
Toronto, Canada. Maryland, North Dakota. Awesomeness.
I'm
New
feeling
York
a lot.
City.
Hey, New York.
Yay.
We're going to be there very soon. All
Okay,
right. So what do we got?
Shout out.
Spirit shout out.
Spirit
Let's
shout
answer
out.
Okay, so Coke Queen, whose name is Kimberly.
one. Coke Queen.
Yes, her name is Kimberly. Her great grandmother Hester Klein.
Yes.
Passed in 1997.
Yes.
Had jokes and things about coconut cream pie.
Thank you. That's the one. And her name is?
Kimberly.
And grandma's name is Hester.
Yes.
So Kimberly, grandma's hilarious. She's still making the jokes to me. And what else would you like to say? She's coming. You know what happens is it's almost like I open the doors and everyone comes to the party, says hello, and now I have to find them. Like, where are they? Okay, come back, Grandma. Hester, come back.
I think they just stand there and they're like, I'm here. And then they just wait.
Yes, exactly. She's just like literally, thank you. Don't forget about the coconuts. Like when you think of her, when you want to celebrate her, she wants to say that. She's also saying happy birthday to somebody in May. I don't know what that is. And, okay. And I don't know if this is connected to her, Kimberly, but is Danny connected to you? Or Dean or Dan connected to you? Okay. She's having the time of her afterlife, but just wanted to say hi. She loves this whole thing that's going on. She's, it's almost like she has even a pina colada in her hand.
Aw.
But sometimes it's interesting you said your grandma, because sometimes when older people come through, they show me in their young form.
Right.
She's actually in her old form.
So she's having fun with it.
But like healthy and old.
Yeah.
And
I have a feeling that's going to happen to me.
Yeah, you're going to be having fun.
I think I'm going to really enjoy cruising around in my older body.
Yes, you're going to be like Lucille Ball, I think.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Notice how fast I responded to that. Tip of my tongue.
All right.
Okay, hold on. The glasses. I'm already getting, turning into an old lady right here. Okay, so next one we have is Kat Persman. It's P-E-R-S-M-A-N.
Just say me the first name. Just say the
okay,
first name.
sorry. Kat, I would love to know who my spirit guide is.
Hi, Kat. First of all, thank you for asking the spirit guide question. Actually, the first thing that immediately coming through for you is an amazing painter who I actually channel, whose name is Caravaggio. And I feel he's working with you not because it's about art, but it is about being soulfully connected to what it is that you do. And he basically, what I know about him, because I've channeled him, is that he poured all of his wildness into his creativity. And what he wants to do is help you be, it's like your personality is in all that you do. You know, some people are very reserved. They work in places you go. You're at the bank, or you're in a store, or you're at some administrative office, and people are just very kind of cardboard and muted, and they don't want to get into spontaneity. And he's there to show you that that would never be you. You're the person that is here to really let your personality out. So that being said, I also want to say that I do see another spirit guide working with you that is working on. Did you have any issue with your balance? They're working with your body about getting your bearings. They keep showing me like getting her bearings, making sure that the alignment in the body, from the spine to the legs to the feet, to work on that. So whatever it is that you can do to work on that, what could you do? You can go to chiropractic, you can do yoga, you can stretch your body, you can work on kind of doing things with both hands. I really believe in this, by the way. I do teach some Qigong exercises to help activate the left and right sides of the brain, which we really need to do because most of the time we're so dominant with our right or left hands. So there are different exercises you can learn. Just learn them off of YouTube, because I'm sure that would be the easiest way. And in the morning, spend a good 10 minutes before breakfast, before you do anything, sitting up in your bed and activating your brain. Qigong brain exercises, learn them on YouTube. That's the guide that's coming through is beautiful. I mean, Lao Tzu, Lao-Tzu. Thank you. All right.
Okay. So we have Denisha. I'm new here and I have a question.
Yes.
What messages do you have for me this week and moving forward?
And moving forward. Okay, moving forward is a big question. Moving forward in what way? Try to be more specific. So what messages do I have for you this week? That's you want me to just give over what the grand plan is? All right. Denisha? Is that the name? Okay.
I might have a spirit shout out. Let me just check with E.
Okay, so Denisha, the message for you, number one thing that I'm getting is that there's some things that need to be ironed out. I keep getting iron these things out, iron them out, meaning where recently in the last 2 months to 2 to 5 months is what I'm getting. So really just this beginning of this year, where you need to iron out where some of your changes that are happening within you, because I do feel that there are changes internally happening within you, and how you're going to keep changing. So what happens is sometimes when we are changing and growing, other people don't realize what's going on, and they just think we're changing, but it's for the worse, and they don't really know us anymore. But I see that you're on that spiritual path where you're opening up your mind, and not everybody around you is going to understand that. So have patience, understand where they're coming from, and just let them know, say, look, there's new things happening. I'm still the same person that you liked or loved, and it's okay. And also know this, if they fall away as you're growing in your own the next level of you is what I want to say, then they fall away. And to know that that can happen. As far as, I feel like I need to talk about children. Do you have children? Let me know. If you do, I'll come back to you. Okay, spirit shout out.
Actually, that was the same one Erica was working on.
Okay.
About Singapore. So Tamara.
Singapore?
Well, yeah, because we need more information. Because her dad passed, but he worked in Singapore, but that's it. That's all we know.
Seminars in Singapore?
Seminars in Singapore.
Okay.
Okay, so
there were seminars in Singapore. Okay.
In Singapore. Okay, this is Heat talking. Tamara German. I would really like to know who my spirit guide is.
Hi, Tamara. Thank you for your question. Well, I tell you something. I don't just give the spirit guide name. I also talk about what the message is.
So,
do you know?
Denisha says she has no kids.
Okay. There's something about kids and working with kids then. Working with kids. Okay, thank you. So the kids. I just see all the kids. Yes. Going forward that. She just said she's working with kids, right? Okay, great. Yeah. So there you go. It's with the kids. I see that expanding. So good for you. Keep going. Entrepreneurship. Being an entrepreneur will come from this. Okay. Where was I going? What was the next thing I was working on?
We were working on...
Spirit guide for Tamara.
Yeah.
All right, Tamara. I don't just give the spirit guide name. I also like to give a message, if I may. Do you know, Tamara, there's a symbol for the theater, and it's the comedy and the tragedy masks. Have you seen that?
Love that.
There are these masks that have the smiley face with like kind of makeup that like a mime would wear. And then there is the more sad face representing those two emotions. So the guide that is coming through is a very big name. It's Shakespeare. I've channeled him. I got him. A lot of my guides are coming through to say who they're working with. We got Caravaggio, now we got Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that kind of night. What can I tell you? I don't know how it works. I just work here.
Did you say Caravaggio?
I said Caravaggio.
People are talking about Caravaggio in the chat.
No, that's because he's mentioned Caravaggio earlier.
Okay. Thank you. So the message to you, Tamara, is yes, Shakespeare is one of your guides. Talking about the sensitivity of the soul. You're a sensitive soul that grew up, I will have to say, with not so sensitive people around you. They're sensitive in their own way, but they weren't really sensitive to who you are. Okay? That's what I see here. Creative expression, yes. Journaling, yes. It is about writing. Journaling, yes. Where you live is, I want to use the word meadow. I don't know where you live, but that a meadow is not really a park. A meadow is not really a farm. If you go to Central Park in New York City, there's even a place called the Meadow. And it really is a meadow. Anyway, that energy of a meadow, think of the morning dewdrops. Think of the softness of the grass and the sound of the breeze coming through. That is kind of the energy that Shakespeare is bringing through in this message of flowing through to you, because it's about now is a time where you're really going to learn how to quiet and silence your mind. This would also be a very good time for you to get to slow down, where you can pay attention to textures. You see, I'm touching this table, or I'm touching maybe the couch, or different things about you really slowing down. And that's just a little psychic mental exercise I'm telling you for a meditation, is slow down and touch things and really feel. It's almost like you are coming out of a period of time in your life where there was a layer on you that was preventing you from really feeling all the good stuff, because your sensitivity was putting you a little bit in survivor mode, if that makes sense to you. But yes, that's one of your guides. And beautiful. Thank you. Next.
Okay. Next is Hannah Montgomery. Yes, Lady O. Question on how to handle stressful, intrusive thoughts and the emotions that come with them. How do you suggest to transition these out with minimal damage? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause on that question because I'm feeling that I need I need to back off for a second to tune in and let Riz answer some more questions,
Sure.
and I'll come back to you.
All right.
So the next question for you is, hi, I'm focusing on ways to live on higher frequency and hope to positively influence others. Any specific advice from the guides related to my job as a massage therapist or relationship with a partner? And my name is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for the work that you're doing and for being really focusing on how you would like others to heal. Especially in massage therapy, you are in a position where you can pick up things from people just by looking at them, let alone massaging them. So, of course, this goes not only guys for massage therapists, but people who do makeup, people who do hair. I've worked with a lot of hairdressers as my clients and students who have had to protect their energy from not that it was anything negative, but after a while, if you keep putting your hand in people's crown chakra, you are going to pick up energy from them. So any service-oriented profession, massage, like at the top of the list, you are literally taking off layers of what has accumulated, spiritual dust, spiritual stagnation, resistance, stagnation, tension kind of energy, okay? So, of course, ground your massage therapy room, use obsidian, selenite. These crystals are very, very good for this. Also, what you might want to wear or keep in your pocket when you're doing massage therapy is something that is volcanic, a piece of volcanic rock. Shungite is also good. Shungite, S-H-U-N-G-I-T-E. Shungite. Didn't you know this? Indians are good at win all the spelling bees?
Yeah, I do notice that. But I wanted to say something about
Shungite.
the lava.
Use it in a sentence, please. Ground your room in the massage therapy area with shungite. Shungite, thank you. S-H-U-N-G-I-T-E, shungite. Yes, another Indian kid wins the spelling bee. All right. Go ahead. You were saying?
You cleared my brain.
All right, good. Okay, so
so
that's what I would do. As far as now, did she have another question there about helping people out in the frequencies, she said?
Relationship with partner.
Relationship with partner is understand for you, it's tied into the first message. You don't need to take on their stuff, but you also don't need to reject it. You are safe in partnership to say, look, I am a healer, so you're going to always be healing no matter what. You're thinking you just want someone who has it all together, but why? Why? I mean, relationships are to complement one another, not you have to be the same person. You'll find all the similarities where you're like this, where you're very similar anyway. So don't worry about that. I would almost say that just understand you came to give love, and right now don't worry about what you're receiving because it may never ever be exactly how you want it anyway. So you're open to whatever comes. It's almost like being satisfied. I always like to say, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. And what that means is, because you'll always buy the bad stuff. So satisfy yourself spiritually so that when you meet a person, it's not about what you need from them, but what you'd like to share with them.
Well, you actually just sparked me with what you just said, because that was a good message. And I can now go to Hannah Montgomery and
almost sound like you said Hannah Montana next.
and I could answer the question about the intrusive thoughts and how to change them. There's a variety of ways. I could be here probably for an hour and I'll go through probably hundreds of ideas of ways that you can change your negative thinking. And if you go back and watch a lot of my videos, you'll see I cover a lot of them.
You sure do.
But you said something that is actually a very quick way to change negative beliefs fast. You guys ready? Giving. What you just said. When you give, the focus and attention is not on yourself, but on the other.
Yeah.
And then you're not obsessing or thinking about your negative thoughts and having more negative thoughts about your negative thoughts. And so you're giving.
Can I ask you questions that I know that they're going to ask whether it's
Be
this
the
person?
devil's advocate.
It's the angel's advocate.
Okay.
Then what that person is going to say is, I'm exhausted, I never get back what I give, or I'm just so exhausted I have nothing to give.
I have an answer for that.
Okay.
Don't have any expectations for what is happening after you give, because it's not about what happens after you give. It's about the feeling and the emotions that you contain within yourself in the act of giving to somebody that changes their life, and you see that what you're giving is doing something, even if it gives them only a 1% increase in their vibration, and you were hoping they would have a 90% increase, but just take that 1%, you made an impact, you did something, and that can feed you. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you want to plan B?
It's not going to. I already hear them. They're saying that they can't even tell. People don't appreciate them at all. They're just tired. And they can't, there's no joy in giving.
All right, let's go to those people.
They're not really connected to the joy of giving.
Right.
Because they've given so much. Why are they going to now give more and suddenly expect some joy to be born?
All right, ready? Here's
Yes.
the second answer for those people. Give to yourself. Oh, yeah. Give to yourself, which means you stop the conversation of negativity cold turkey right in its tracks. Do not go any further, because what you're doing is you're starting to give to yourself. And in doing so, you get the feeling of being given to, and that's ultimately what you want to experience, is feeling good. So feeling good usually comes with raising your vibration. Usually most people attribute that to something from the outside has to come in to me, and then I will then feel better. So if that is the belief system, then work with that belief system. So what you do is give to yourself. You don't wait for somebody else to give to you. You give to yourself, because when you start giving to yourself, you'll start to see immediate results quickly, and you can gauge how much giving, and you can also gauge how much you are receiving, what you are giving yourself, and you can feel good about it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That deserves a round of applause. Okay.
Okay, next question.
Let's go. Any spirit? I got a spirit shout out
Yes.
coming through loud and clear. This is funny. It was another sweet reference. I had the coconut stuff before, and now No, actually, I think was somebody's, one of you guys' nickname. Was it Jelly Bean, or was this for the pet? So there's someone here on the other side who's coming through and saying that I think it's a nickname. It's Jelly Bean. Okay. So if that's you, let me know.
Do you know
And number two, there's another spirit shout out coming through. What's your name? What is the name that you... Because this person is connected to Devin. Devin. Okay. Next question.
Next question is coming from... Okay. Jesse.
Hi, Jesse.
My brother Jim passed away a year ago, August. I was wondering what happened to him the night he passed.
I will ask. If I'm allowed to know, I will know. For some reason, by the way, I don't know what this reference is, Jesse, but I keep hearing the words upside down. I don't know what that means. Was he upside down? Did they find him upside down? Was his car upside down? I keep hearing upside down. Also, I feel someone turning away, meaning like neglected to see this or saw this and then turned the other way and didn't do anything about it or didn't know what to do. I feel it's kind of like a helpless situation is what I feel here. Also, I was just wondering if there's any connection to your family, to Florida. Okay. Next one.
Next person is Diana.
Hi, Diana.
I've been following and listening for quite a while, but never asked a question. Can you please give me any insights on career and who my spirit guides are? Thank you.
Sure. I mean, I'd like to know what your specific question is about career, though. If you're simply talking about, is your career going to brighten up, and you just want to know what the timeline is, that I could do, but I don't know if that's really going to give you a yummy answer. Listen, guys, if you're going to ask a question about career, make a specific question about career. Don't just say, what's going to happen with my career?
What I usually think that means, the subcontext when people ask that, I think they're asking, like, what is the career that's going to fulfill me? Like, is there something better?
That's a good question.
I think most
All right.
people, that's where they're coming from.
All
I
right.
don't know. It's just the
because
empathic view of things.
All right. Let's go. Next question.
Okay, next question. First time live chat user here. Thank you. I've been subscribed for quite a while, but I haven't done any lives.
Okay.
Hi, Lady O and Riz. Hi. So happy to be here. I'd love to know if my grandma Martha Smith has a message for me.
What is
and
this
there's
person's
no
name?
Martha. Sorry, the person thing's not on there?
No, she says her
Remember,
grandma
guys, we
Martha
need your
Smith.
first name and the person who's
we'll
passed
come
his
back.
name.
Rain. Rain, I feel like I'm having a breakthrough happening with figuring out how, figuring out a new career. Is this happening? And if not, what do I need to do to figure out this quicker?
Rain,
Much love.
Okay, well, I like the idea of figuring out quicker because what you're saying is you're feeling the acceleration of you between what you're wanting to manifest. Great. That feeling is very important. Let's not go off that trajectory or that vibration just to get to the end, though. Because what you're receiving, Rain, in your own intuitive senses are the kind of like the birthings, the sparks of what I call your inner genius, right? The ingenious idea that oftentimes is just the logical one. We're like, oftentimes when we get a genius idea, we're like, oh my God, why didn't I think of this before?
I know.
It's genius.
That happens to me all the time.
That's how you know. So your genius idea is not like totally always out of left field. It's just that a few of the floodgates in your brain finally start to open because you've exhausted all the other possibilities of negativity and working over these problems in your mind for so long, or the blocks. So I would say I do have a confirmation for you, Rain, that yes, you are onto something. And now it is, don't wait for it to be perfect. Start implementing that now in some way, meaning make some very practical moves about this idea, and then that's going to make the next step very logical for you. Got it. Okay. Go ahead.
I have that person's name who asked the question about their grandma.
Yes.
Her name is Andrea.
So Andrea has a question about Martha, the grandmother.
Yes.
And when did Grandma pass?
Many years ago. It's not a recent.
Okay, thank you. I'll see, Andrea. Did they call her anything else besides Martha? I don't mean, because I'm not getting Marty. Thank you. That's it. Yeah. She's not responding to Martha. Thank you. Did she just write that?
She had it earlier in the message. I saw it because she did a follow-up message where she said she had a nickname. And it was Marty.
Look how that happens. Because I went Martha and she just went no. So that means she's here. Okay, thank you. She likes to be called Marty. Thank you. She's like going like this to your nose, but she's touching my nose as she's doing it. That happens to me a lot, where what they want to do to you, they'll do to me. She's just like touching your nose. She's going to squeeze your cheeks, touch your nose. What a grandma. What a typical grandma thing to do. I have a strange question. Was there someone also in this family who was an alcoholic? Because I smell liquor, and it's not Grandma. It's not Marty. I think it's someone next to her. She wanted to know what the message is for Andrea, yes?
She said yes. She called me Nosy Posy.
Oh, Nosy Posy. There you go. That's why she said nose. There you go. She is really, really, really sweet, I have to say. And I don't just say that just because the person is a grandmother. Sometimes I'll say this person has got quite an attitude. No, she's really, really sweet. So yes, so there's your confirmation about the Nosy Posy. She's like the nose. Okay. All right.
That was her nickname.
Her family, yes.
Her family?
Yeah.
Yeah, in her family. But anyway, those people she was just referring to that about the alcohol. Okay.
I have Jelly Bean for you.
Jelly Bean. Hey. Spirit shout out. Who's Jelly Bean?
So Kaylee, her Grammy, whose name was Wilhelmina or Mona, called her Jelly Bean.
Thank you. So Wilhelmina and Mona is saying hi to Jelly Bean. She loves you. and she just wants to eat you up.
Well, the grandmothers are
they're all flooded. I mean, listen.
This is a grandmother club.
They're just
tonight.
all right here when they come through.
You never know what the theme is.
Yeah, so
tonight
they're right here.
Is a lot of grandmothers.
There you go, Jelly Bean.
Andrea said her grandma was her best friend and angel.
I love, Andrea, that your grandma's your best friend, Angel, and she is still very sweet, and still. She said there's a lot of cuties on the other side. Grandma's like partying also, apparently.
That's so
she
funny.
said, I'm not here. Oh, that's funny. She just continued. She goes, I'm not here pushing up daisies.
Oh.
Remember that? Wasn't that a phrase for old people, older people back in the day, 60s? Pushing up daisies meant like when they're buried.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Next person is Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi. Do you have any messages for me? Any insight about my past lives? Thank you.
I sure do.
Andrea said she was the sweetest.
Anna, you had a life in Tibet. Tibet, Tibet. Tibet is under a lot of political stuff now, but I'm talking, this is a long time ago. It was very peaceful. And small boy. And that, listen, before I continue with this message, guys, so you should know, when I give a past life reading, these are past lives that come to me are having a very important significance to this lifetime. Mm-hmm. It's not just some, you've lived hundreds of lifetimes. Why are the guides showing me that one? Because there's something you need to tap into that you can benefit from. So you were a boy, young. Almost looks like a monk, I would have to say. Sometimes it's hard to say because, the clothing was so simple, so he could look like a monk, but he's not really a monk.
Right.
Certainly spiritual, certainly temple going. And that's where your spirituality actually began. And he is there inside of you still. I'm looking to see what was the particular message about this. Yes, that's where your spiritual journey began. Many, many lifetimes ago. I'm asking when exactly was this? This looks to me, now remember the name Tibet is, I don't know how old it is, it's that region. So maybe it wasn't called Tibet then, but that's how we know it now. The year I get is 670. 670. By the way, you could really withstand some cold. I don't know how you are this lifetime. Oh, interesting. I am going to tell you something. You had something very interesting, a very interesting mark on your lips. It almost looks like you had an injury, like your lip was split. Have you had any surgeries to your mouth or any issues with this part of your face? Sometimes that shows up. I'm just telling you what you looked like. Great. That's my message for you. That's what I see right now.
Ready?
Yes.
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Good evening. My name is Jessica, and I have a stepbrother, John, who is on the other side. He passed around July 13th, 2022. Does he have a message for me? Thank you.
I feel like this caused a lot of look, all deaths cause anguish, but I feel like this, I'm curious about what his emotional state was, or mental state was before he crossed over, because I see that it was almost like this very powerful burst of emotional and mental energy that happened when he crossed over. And not just with him, but with the people around him, I guess his mom. Did you write, Jessica, or come up with what's on the, I don't know whether it's like a plaque in the ground or on the side of something. Did you come up with what to write there? He's thanking that person. He didn't mean to cause that stir. I still feel a stir. You know, when you drop a rock in a pond, it just creates this big ripple effect. I am getting a message for you, Jessica. Are you on a new health or workout program? Because he's like cheering you on. It's like a new health or wellness. He's like cheering you on. Yeah. There's also a reference to and I don't know who was very, very religious or whether somebody did religious ceremonies, or I wouldn't know what the terminology is personally, but after someone dies, was there a lot of religious people who were around? He appreciates whatever people said or did after. But this feels like very impactful, like almost I feel like when he passed, it was almost like a mirror shattered or a glass shattered. It's the way he's showing it to me. I know I asked you a couple of questions, but I'd be curious to hear. It's interesting what I'm seeing for me. Okay. Next.
Okay. So one question is more technical where you would be having to describe. It might take a little bit of time.
Sure.
Okay. So Corey Slade would like to know, how do you channel these spirits?
That's a good question, Corey. How do I? Man, it's almost like you discover that you can. Some people have an ability when they're just born. You just discover it, and someone goes, "How do you know how to ride a bike so good? How do you know how to sing so?" I don't know. It just happens. I didn't come from a line of psychics or shamans or gurus in that sense. No one taught me anything like that. I just started giving messages when I was 7 years old, 8 years old. There's a little video on this channel with some AI art that tells that story.
But you had all the deaths in your family that broke you open.
Yeah, well, look, you want to talk about the emotional reasons is that if you are, first of all, I was a sensitive kid anyway. So my sensitivities were, I knew I was a medium from a young age, but then that wasn't accepted. So I got into art and music, and that was my expression where I was channeling. But I couldn't help but always offer people advice. So it just started going and going and going. In my 20s, I ended up at a channeling circle where an amazing channeler by the name of Alex Murray, who's now on the other side, who became my mentor. I knew nothing about channeling, and he told me I was going to be a channel. I did not have that happen to me till 9 years after. That's like you guys getting a message from me tonight, but you don't even know it and see it until 9 years later. That's what happened to me. And then I just started going into I was practicing meditation, and I would allow myself to go deeper and deeper until I was in a trance-like state, almost falling asleep, and they started talking. That was the long and short of it, Corey. Okay.
Yes.
Jessica had some confirmations.
Jessica has some confirmations. Please tell me what they are.
She said he took his own life.
He took his own life.
And his mom had passed a few months before his death, unexpectedly.
Okay. That was the ripple with the mother. Now I understand. And yeah, it was the shock. That's why I kept seeing the glass breaking, and I kept seeing the stuff. Can you bring me back to, though, the guy who had a question about his brother? I had questions about him. He had a brother, his John or something.
That's Jessica. That's Jessica was her brother John.
You said Jesse.
Jesse is.
No, there was somebody earlier who said what happened that night when he died.
Oh, gosh, let me find that.
I want to tune in deeper to that.
Okay. Oh yeah, my name is Jesse. My brother Jim passed away a year ago in August. I was wondering what happened to him.
Right. So Jesse, can you come back and tell me, because I want to tune in deeper for you. I said some things, but we want to get closer to what went on. All right. Yes. Next.
Okay.
Why are you guys so quiet?
Was that like a McDonald's
Yes, next. Burger, gotcha. Yes, cheeseburgers over there.
Is
next.
That what that was?
Yes, iced coffee, large iced tea, hold of this.
All right. Yep. Yes. Okay. I have Aaron here.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Riz. Would love to hear if my cosmic guides have a message about my desire to write and what direction it should take for the highest good. Bonus if my guides or guides share their name. Thank you.
I love that. I love the bonus that if your guides share their name. Oh, they always share their names with me. Okay, let me just tune into that one first. You have the sweet... Oh, wow. You have a fairy guide working with you. I always like to... I stop myself when I say sweet because fairies are sweet, but their energy is so wickedly strong. Fairies always say, I ain't no fairy. But they are fairies. Thank you. I'm trying to get a name. White Wing is the name of one of your fairies. It's a male energy fairy working with you. Always on your shoulder. I feel like your guides always make you like turn around. Like you think you hear or see something, and they make you turn around. Right now they're working on your throat chakra. So they're putting their energy here on the throat area and saying, of course, as long as they're writing, you're trying to find your voice. I see. Okay, you're trying to find your voice. Tell the truth then. Just tell the truth in a way where you are not, your writing is not a confessional. That's the message they're saying. Your writing is not a confessional. Your writing is not here so you can get everything out. Here's why. Because what happens then is that it becomes a little bit indulgent rather than communicative to the reader. And so that's what they're downloading to me right now to tell you. So the way to do that is to understand that you're still telling things in a narrative, in a descriptive narrative that is lively and dropped in, and don't rush to get your point across. Don't rush to get your point across. So White Wing is one of your guides. That's what he's saying. And also, when you're writing, don't think you have to go in a linear order. So whatever comes to you first is what you write first. Maybe the ending comes to you first and you're working backwards. Maybe it's just one paragraph in the middle of this book, or oh, that's interesting. They just said screenplay. Okay, think about that. Spirit shout out coming through.
All right.
I need to say the name Misty. All right.
Okay.
If that's you or pertains to you, let me know.
Okay, Michelle Claire.
Yes.
I have a question.
Michelle Claire.
Our
friend in Arizona?
Oh.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, my God.
Surprise.
You surprised us.
Yes,
Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
So Michelle came with us to Sedona on our retreat. And Hata, who's on the chat, came with us to Joshua Tree for contact. So a lot of you guys are actually joining us for our retreats. Awesomeness.
We just came back from Shasta. By the way, guys, if you want to join the next Shasta, my God, everybody loves Shasta.
So fast.
So the next one is next spring, and we have, I think it's just 3 or 4 spots left for that one. So if you're interested in that and you're watching this right now live, you get a little bit of a discount. Just drop a note to Erica about joining Shasta. So, Michelle.
Yes, she has a question.
Yes.
My house goes on the market in August. By any chance, can Riz give me a time frame for it to sell?
Yes. Actually, I see an offer in November. That's not bad. But I feel like you're gonna want more. But I would say, why not just take it and move the energy forward? I see an offer in November. There you go, Michelle.
Jesse, whose brother was John.
Yes, Jesse, whose brother was John, got back to us.
He said you were totally right about what you said about Florida.
Okay.
And then he actually didn't hear the second part of what you were asking him. He's back online.
He's back online. What I was saying, he said that, so there is a confirmation about Florida and the family. Okay, got it. With your brother, I just kept getting like delays, and I was curious, did somebody find him, or they found him late, or someone was there and then didn't pay attention. That's what I was asking. Because it feels like I just kept getting delays around this. Delays between someone realizing he had crossed over. Like, actually, the moment of his death. Okay. He's also mentioning December. Yes, they're coming through stronger now. Thank you. So December is, birthday. There's a happy birthday in December. Who's that connected to over here? And is there someone that was called Dee or D? Thanks, Jesse. I'm sorry about you lost your brother. I know what that's like. I lost mine. Okay, go on. Next one.
Okay, next one is Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Can you tell me about a past life that I need to know right now?
Sure, I sure can. I'm going to jump right into this one. I see a past life where I see these. You are a big dude, Nick, in this lifetime, almost like sumo wrestler. In fact, it looks like one of those big sumo wrestler type of guys. On a funny note, did you ever play video games? The video game Street Fighter. There was a character named E Honda that was in Street Fighter. You were like that big and powerful, but I don't know if it was Japanese. But anyway, that's the body type. But here's the message about it. Knowing your strength and knowing when to pull back, meaning you have to know how to use your strength. Your strength, your strength is a tool, like a hammer. A hammer can build a house and it will destroy a house. So that's what strength is. Is how are you using this? So that lifetime is very important for you right now. Choosing your words carefully. Releasing anger from all conversations or reactions because you're above that now. Also, you have one of your guides is King Arthur, and who's handing over the sword of truth to you. The sword of truth that King Arthur was about. That when he comes through as a spirit guide, it's about cutting away the fluff, cutting away. But it wasn't. He didn't cut it away out of anger. He cut it away almost the way that you would see a sculptor sculpting something. Is they're cutting away that which is not needed to make the sculpture beautiful. So that's how you would use your strength more powerfully.
Okay.
And peacefully.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, Tracy Banks.
Tracy Banks.
Hello, I'm new here. I've been in my corporate job for 27 years, and the position at this job is not fulfilling. I feel like I need to be an entrepreneur. I'm excited. Any insight on what's next? Ooh, I could feel like you've rumble.
Well, you felt that, right?
I felt a rumble.
Yeah, because that was amazing. I felt cheerleaders around Tracy.
Oh, man, yeah.
You have people who really want you to do this and are like, of course you can do it. Mm-hmm. Are you a mom? Is Tracy a female? Are you a mom, by the way? I just feel like there's this... People would rally for you to do this. The ones who know you and love you would be like, yes, of course you got to do it.
Also, I just want to jump in here.
You have to be with people, Tracy. It's almost like... And
I just wanted to jump in here, and it's matching what you're just saying right now. Uh-huh. You're an empath, Tracy. That's why I felt you. If I feel you, I know that you're an empath.
For sure.
And then you just said that.
Oh, did I? Okay.
You said, well, I think you said she was sensitive.
I was saying she is meant to be interacting with people, not usually something you can do in a corporate job. Nothing wrong with corporate jobs, guys. We need people to work at corporate jobs. There's so many institutions and setups that we need in this world. Everyone plays a part. So don't worry if you're doing a corporate job. You're still contributing to the world in some way. All right, now, for you, I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying to do this, but I'm giving an example of what it's like when we work with people. Sometimes you will open up a restaurant, or you open up something that's service oriented, where people come in, have something done, or you serve them in some way, and there's an exchange of energy, of smiles, of support, of, hey, how's it going? What can we do for you today? That kind of thing. I feel you and your energy is needed to provide that. Doesn't mean you have to be the person doing it, but when you walk into that establishment or that wherever this takes place, you feel like that's what's stimulating you. And that is where the stimulation is for you, is that you get to be more vocal and connecting to people, how you speak. Yes, yes, yes. Also, I'm getting a little message from your house fairies. Yes, we all have house fairies, and they usually deal with things that pertain to household behaviors, experiences, environments. And they are talking about your clothing, and your style is going to change, or like it's like, go for it. Start dressing the way you really want to dress. Okay. And I'd love to know if that rings true for you, what I'm saying.
Do you remember the Dee Dee reference?
Yes.
What was your Dee Dee reference? Because Erica's not recalling. Was that
I was connected to the guy whose brother passed away.
Oh, okay. So there was
if
to
it wasn't,
a specific
but
person.
Listen, if it wasn't, because what often does happen is while I'm giving a message, somebody cuts line and jumps and says their name. Okay. So is there a Dee Dee connection to someone?
Well, there's someone, I'm trying to get their first name.
Uh-huh.
Their tag is Holistic Niche.
Holistic Niche.
Their family calls them Dee Dee.
Calls that person Dee Dee.
Yeah, so their name is Dee Dee.
Okay, let's go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can handle that, E. You can talk to that person.
They'll hear it.
Okay. No, I mean, like, get more information if needed. If he can't do anything just with the name. Okay, so we were at Esteban. Hello, Esteban. I wanted to know if there is a message from my higher self or guides. Want to know a little bit more about them and about myself. Love the question.
Yes. I don't say this often, Esteban, but you have a very ancient energy. It's what I feel. Almost like your spirit animal is a very ancient, prehistoric, giant tortoise, meaning a giant turtle. But imagine one that is like 500 years old and is still swimming in our oceans, in some deep, deep waters. This is your spirit animal who's carrying the stories of your ancestors. There's a few things coming through here. How are you doing, Esteban, in your physical body? I don't know if this is you, is there someone connected to you that has some sort of arthritic condition, like an arthritis type of condition that was severe? Because I feel I need to talk about that. And if it's not you, then it's someone connected to you. You have the goddess Ixchel working with you. You spell her name Ixchel. I channel her also. She's working with you. Look her up. She's talking about your life, Esteban, has to be that I'm going to the simplest way I can put it. Your mornings need to be your own. I don't know how you're going to do that if you're going to tell me you got to get up at work at 8 a.m. I don't know, then get up at 6 a.m. But you need time specifically in the morning. You need to arrange your life where you don't have to be anywhere early in the morning. Now, if you can't do that now, then this is the long-term goal. It's like you need 2-3 hours to be in your practice. I see that you should learn the movements of Tai Chi or some martial arts is what I see. Gentle in the morning. Mind, body, spirit connection. Learning as much as you can about that mind, body, spirit connection. That's your message for now.
Got some confirmation.
Confirmations.
Raiden is Jesse's cousin, who was the brother Jim.
Yeah.
She said, I'm on the phone with Jesse right now. He's my cousin. He's absolutely stunned. He just showed me a picture of his brother Jim, who would go down to Florida once a year. So many thank yous for that.
You're so welcome.
Jessica, who is the other person, her brother John.
Yes.
Said thank you so much for giving me a connection with my brother John. I really, really needed that.
You're so welcome.
The Dee Dee thing. So Dee Dee's grandmother is on the other side, and her name is Georgia Ann.
Okay, thank you. So she was coming through just to get that message through to you. Georgia Ann was saying, Dee Dee, hi, I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'm watching you. She's also talking about, she's coming right through. Are you considering doing some further training or education or something you're trying to learn to take a course in? Because she's saying you should do it. Okay, you should. Okay, let's move forward.
Okay, so yes.
There was another Dee who is on the other side. There's a person named Silver, and their mom's name is Dee who is passed.
So we got two with one. Listen, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. I'll tune in if that's Silver, if your mom was part of that Dee message. But I felt the Dee was for someone who was here.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll still try to tune into your
Holistic
mom.
Niche
Silver.
said, yes, I am. Do you know what that's in reference to? Holistic Niche? You guys were just talking about it.
That was a confirmation for the other.
Okay. All righty then. Okay. I have the next person.
All right.
Kayla Jones. My Pomeranian dog I had that passed years ago. Her name was Misty.
Oh, well, Misty's coming back to say hi. Oh, you want to hear something crazy?
Is that I had a dog
Kayla?
named Misty too? That's pretty crazy.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
What's crazy is that I was at the Venice Fair yesterday, and I'm walking, and you had Rocket in your bag, our teacup Yorkie, and we were walking in the Venice Fair, and I had just had an alignment by Dr. Jeremy, who's amazing. You should check him out on Instagram, Dr. Spine Checker, if you're in the LA area. And I was feeling like really open psychically. And we walked, and I saw this woman with the most beautiful, cutest dog. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And I said, whoa.
Yeah, that was a little...
I said, what kind of dog is this? And she goes, it's a Pomeranian.
Yeah. It looked like a little...
And I was like,
teddy bear.
I know it's not like, I'm sure everybody knows the name. I barely knew the word Pomeranian. But now you're asking me about the Pomeranian, and the Misty came through. I think that Misty was giving me this message from yesterday.
Hanging around.
So your dog was hanging around me yesterday, made me look at this beautiful Pomeranian.
Because there's no time on the other side, so they just know that we're going to be talking to you guys. That's why sometimes you guys notice how fast Riz gives his messages, or the answers are right there, because there's no time on the other side. So they already know about your chat. They know who should be arriving to match who's here. And
well, sometimes the messages come through the messages do come through fast. It's just that when you see me pausing, sometimes the message is more layered.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're telling me 4 things at once, and then sometimes one person is just saying one thing at one time, and I immediately go, oh, Dee, I got to talk about Dee.
Right.
Okay, so, and Misty came through and just said Misty and said hi, and that's just your confirmation, just her saying the name and the love. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, did you change also Misty's person? I think it's Kayla. Did you move the furniture around, or did you move? Because Misty knows about that. Okay.
Okay, Raiden.
We already read that one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Be Enjoy Oneness. Actually, I just realized they don't have their name on there.
Yeah, and that one.
Okay. So, Maria Aleto. Hi there, first timer. Anything my guides would like to let me know or work through currently? Thank you.
Yes. Well, Maria, I'm going to tell you the metaphor. You are taking yourself off of your own leash. What does that mean? Well, we put our dogs on a leash to just make sure they don't run into traffic or they don't bite somebody else. We leash things to hold them back. But when something is unleashed, it means like it can be a good thing. I unleashed my love, my magic, my power, my talents, my abilities. This actually started already. It started back in February for you, is what I see. And what I see is that there was some kind of must have been some good news, because it's a very good feeling I have for me. It's like these portals, these doorways, these openings opened for you just a couple of months ago. So you are actually at a very, very good time for you to make any move that you want now, because you are in the right headspace for it. And I don't feel that a year ago. I definitely feel anxiety about a year ago and working through that. Also, do you suffer from headaches, Maria? Or do you have congestion or something? Or did you have anything happen to your head? For some reason, I need to ask you that. You're talking about somebody else right now.
Sorry.
So back to this message. It still is about alignment for you happening. Also, it's still the message is about balancing. It's about how the balancing act you've had to do. And now for you to not, Maria, for you to not worry about how is everybody else doing. I feel like you have done mostly all that you can, and now allow it. For example, you don't keep watering a plant. The plant will die if you overwater it. You water it and you walk away. Then when it needs water, you water it and you walk away. That's with people.
Maria says no headaches.
Okay. Good. But again, I still see this kind of alignment of neck, spine, body needed. I don't know what it is, but it's still there. Okay. That's my message for you.
Okay. How are we feeling about Dee Dee? Is that a closed topic?
That's all. Yes, done. Let's
Okay.
keep going, please.
Okay. Are you angry?
What? Did I come across as angry?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, I wasn't. You know what happens is when I get very focused.
Very intense.
So like
Top Gun.
when you say something,
Tom
I'm
Cruise.
giving the message and then Erica says something that has nothing to do with where I'm at.
Look, you guys, just
So you have
imagine
to-
he's on a Harley Davidson and that'll match exactly what's happening right now.
I should get handlebars right here with the microphone
We should
attached
just
to
have,
it.
can we just have a full blown, what are they called? Those big fat dogs or something? I don't know. These giant, big Harleys.
Just say Harley.
Beautiful. Well, they have nicknames. You
Oh,
know.
they do?
Of course they do.
I didn't know that.
And they have like this shiny chrome and these red tanks. They're beautiful.
All right.
So imagine you sit on that and give your readings that way.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
Edwards.
Edward.
Hello there. I'm new here. My name is Edwards. Do I have some traumas from past lives? I'd like to take this one.
Yeah, you do past life readings. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to do it from a different position, a different perspective, and then you can give more specific if you'd like.
Sure.
So there's a reason why you're asking that question. And that's because as soon as you start to get interested in past lives, there's usually a reason. And we did a whole show on past lives. You guys can go back and take a look at it. I think we've talked about it several times. We have several shows on past lives because it's always pointing to something. And it's because you want to have some answers to what's happening internally, because sometimes it doesn't match what's happening externally. So sometimes you have like a normal life or everything's just happening in your life normal, but you have this like super deep-seated feeling that you have to clear stuff that does not feel like it matches anything you've done in your lifetime here. It feels heavier, deeper, and guess what? You are right. If you're feeling that, you are right. So that is definitely that you have past lives that you're clearing. And, you know, your life now, the current life that you have, this goes for everybody. Believe it or not, you guys, this is the best that we have ever been. What that means is you may not be like checking every box, like I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I got that, I got this, and you guys feel like you know, give yourself a gold star. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that all your past lives led you to this moment today. All your past lives led you to the person that's sitting here right now. So the person that's here right now may not be where you want to be in your checklist, but you have experiences and you have things that you've gone through internally, spiritually, metaphysically, mentally, that have changed you at your spiritual core, that you have evolved over time and developed yourself to the person you are today. So the person you are today is actually technically your best self version, human, that you've ever been in this timeline. And it may not look the way you want, but be encouraged that what you guys are actually working on is improving the already perfect design that you have created. And if you don't feel that way about yourself, it's okay, because this is a part of the process to learn to appreciate creation, learn to appreciate yourself. And this is why we're doing this. This is why we're here. This is why we're doing readings. This is why we're having the podcast and the show, and why we do everything we do, is to remind you and to show you that even though you're hard on yourself and even though you feel like you're not your best self, you actually are your best version of yourself. And if you do feel trauma inside, it's because you are clearing and you are breaking family DNA, family patterns. You're breaking your spiritual, timeline that you've been on. And this is a deeper topic. So, but this is kind of like in a nutshell what you're looking for when you ask about past life trauma.
So yes, I do see past life trauma. What I'm seeing is, this is, to be very specific with you, Edward, you had a series of 2 female lives, meaning you were a woman in both of these lifetimes. I see massive, physical abuse. I see you were attacked. I see that you were used as a woman. And I do feel that this made intimacy a little challenging in this lifetime. I do see where the anxiety has gotten to you in this lifetime. What I suggest for you when you're doing this, past life healing, and yes, indeed, we do heal our past lives through past life regression, working with a good, compassionate, and conscientious hypnotherapist that can help you to unwind it. Of course, there are some very good books that you need to read, Edward. Number 1 being Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss. Number 2 would be Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. Okay, read both of those books. Very important for your knowledge base about past lives. So what I do see here is you will have to do some regression work. I do see that's where the area was. These traumas were in those particular areas. That's what's coming up now. A bunch of this was betrayal by a sibling as well, as what I see. Sibling can also be the person you consider a sibling, doesn't always have to be blood. That was part of this life also. When you were very young, I do see that you have been misunderstood, not really being accepted for who it is that you are. So if you care to say anything about that, just put it in the comments.
He says he wonders why he was born with a hole in his heart and a red birthmark on his solar plexus.
There you go. So I said it was women are the heart-centered ones. This is where the trauma happened. And of course, heart being intimate in those areas. Okay.
So Michelle Claire's daughter, Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
She's here, and she says that her mom always talks about us.
Aww.
And I'm trying to get into radiology school. Will I get in this round?
Okay, so Sophie, you want to hear something interesting? Of course you do. Why wouldn't you want to hear something interesting, Sophie? Yeah, to radiology, but look, you can do it. The only reason, first of all, the reason why it doesn't, I don't think it actually excites you, honestly. I think it's a choice that you're making. And I'm sure that it really works for other people. I don't think any profession is boring. I think only people are boring who are doing those professions, okay? Because I've met a lot of amazing, fantastic, hilarious people doing so-called ordinary jobs who I just want to keep hanging out with. So it's not about the job. It's about, does that profession allow you to shine in the biggest ways of yourself? You know what's interesting? Your mom's a radiologist. She's an x-ray technician. That's what your mom is, because Michelle Claire's also an excellent medium. You guys should check her out. So yes, I feel really good about it. But again, I want to say that that's not your career. I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you, I see that you're going to get into design. And I don't know what that's about, but you've been that in a couple of lifetimes.
Is it
where
like
you were
technical design?
Yes,
is
technical
it like
design.
Designing for the medical field?
Whoa, it could be that, but I see the past life she was some sort of architect. And I see Greek.
Right, like grids and stuff.
I see Greek, but it could have been that she was an architect and creating the layouts of things. I see that she's has quite a talent for that, but maybe she doesn't know it. Sophie, I'd love to know if you do have that in you. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay. I am Connie. How is my spiritual growth? And do I have any message from my spirit guides? You all are 100% authentic. Thank you, Connie.
Wow, thank you, Connie. Let's see, spiritual growth. Let me feel into that. Oh, you have such a golden aura, Connie. That gold aura, what does that mean, the gold aura? You know, we had a friend back in the day, her name was Pam Osley. She wrote a great book called
Aura Colors.
Life Colors.
I thought it was Aura Colors.
No, it's called Life Colors is the name of her book. I'm sure she has more books out now. Your aura is golden. Look that up. What was the question? I got lost in the... Oh, how's her spiritual growth going? I will tell... Don't feel bad of the sound I just made. The reason I made that sound is I feel like it's... Yes, it's authentic. The reason I made that sound was I feel like stops and starts with you. Maybe that's just a human condition. We start something and we stop it, and then we finally break that pattern. You have a beautiful spirit animal with you who is, oh wow, it's so interesting when I see this animal because I always forget the name. What's the one that hangs with its tail? Hangs from its tail?
Lemur?
No, is that an opossum?
Oh, yeah.
An opossum spirit animal. That's your actual, like, spiritual, I want to say mentor. And what I'm getting from the opossum is, I think that if that's the name of the animal that hangs from upside down from its tail, it's that you're really finally seeing things from another perspective, and you're saying, all the time I thought that was right side up, but it was upside down, and all the time I thought those things that were upside down were actually right side up. It's like things are flipping. You're flipping the script. You're flipping the narrative of your life. So very, very good. Also, are you really into candles? Because I see all these candles around you. I love candles. I just constantly say to everyone, please spend the extra money and don't buy candles with chemicals in them. You're literally poisoning yourself. I know they smell good.
Actually, soy candles are becoming more affordable now.
They are, right? Soy candles, beeswax candles. When you're lighting those candles that smell so good and you buy them from Home Goods or wherever you're buying candles from, you're burning chemicals into the air and you're breathing it in. So I know it smells good, but don't. You can get candles that have pure essential oils, and you can get candles that are safer for you. Please do that, guys. Okay. I want to say something funny to I just already forgot her name. Who am I giving the message to? Connie. Don't worry that I forget your name. I didn't forget your energy, but names aren't at the forefront right now. I'm just in the message. Connie, did you ever watch The Price is Right? I'm getting a message from Bob Barker right now.
That's crazy.
Isn't that hilarious? And he's like, welcome to the Showcase Showdown, Connie. The Price is Right usually means that it is about money and purchasing power, and you're going to be, I see some money coming your way, and you're going to make some purchases that you really want to make. And it's Bob Barker. I want to tell you something. This is something happening live on air for the first time. It's something that happens to me, and Oriah knows this, is that I'll be doing something and I'll get a message from someone who is a famous person on the other side, and I'll say, guess who's around us right now? And I'll say the name, and she'll go, oh my God.
Yeah. I was just like watching them, or
That's what happens. That's what happens when you get 250,000 subscribers. Even Bob Barker hears and goes, I got to talk to this guy, Riz. Okay, who's next? Any spirit shout-outs? We haven't heard anything.
Well, you haven't given too many tonight.
I got a couple more for you. And I'm sorry I haven't been coming through with that. I have a date for you guys, and they just gave me 2 dates now. June 4th is one of the dates. And December 9th is one of the dates. June 4th, December 9th. The specific dates are relevant to you. Usually it's either when a person passes or the birth date. June 4th, December 9th. Thank you. Okay. Let's continue. Oh, wait, I got one more spirit shout out. Does somebody out there collect... you know, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck? What are they a part of? Warner Brothers?
Yep.
Did someone you know or you have this collection that has something to do with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and that whole thing? I know we all like it. That's not, please don't answer if you just like it. No, this is a very specific message about physical things or paintings or artwork. This person had something to do with this, or bought this or collected this. I don't know, but they're showing this to me. Also, somebody has their grandfather's, what is that game? Like backgammon? Their grandfather's backgammon set. Backgammon is this old game with, I think, like red and black triangles or something. That's backgammon, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. That's for you.
It's taking me back.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Erica was about to say something.
Jennifer D., her birthday is December 9th.
Hi, Jennifer D. So this December 9th birthday message is for you. So you're having, it's really important for you this December 9th for you to throw yourself a party. Yes, throw yourself a party, make it fun, make it themed, not just we're going to meet at a restaurant. I don't know, do a 70s theme, do an 80s theme, do whatever kind of theme you want. You can do a theme that is Alice in Wonderland or something. But you need to celebrate this birthday in a special way and have a great time. It's a very, very happy message for you. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, Albert Czar.
Albert Czar.
Okay, so he would like to know who are his spirit guides and what messages they have for him. And his name is Albert.
Hi, Albert. Thank you for dropping in with us. You have a spirit guide working with you that is a farmer archetype. He looks like someone who's been plowing the land and has been, I want to say, you know the word toiling away? It means working really hard, but under the heat and sweat. And the message is that, look, first before I go further, I want to tell you, your spirit guides literally come through in different archetypes to me to show what they're doing in that person's life, and so you can get a visual. Yes, he is in the sun working for you, but he is happy and loves this, and he's helping you plow the land. Now, plowing the land isn't about you being a farmer. Plowing the land is about the fruits of your labor, the seeds you have planted over the last several years. By the way, Albert, did you ever think about becoming a lawyer or going into any kind of law enforcement? Because you had a past life where you were a soldier, and you were a very, very good soldier. You had a lot of integrity, a lot of honesty, very, very strong. And I would think that those qualities are still with you in this lifetime, all about like finding the truth and being, helping people feel safe. And you did that in the past life, and it was very, very good. Also, is the name Stacy or Stanley connected to you? I don't know why that's coming through. I just wanted to mention it to you. And what was this specific question?
Who his spirit guides
You have to talk louder.
Who is spirit guide?
Okay, the farm. I'm trying to get the name of the farm. I'm not getting a name, but you can give him a name. Yes, guys, you can give your guide a name if you're not getting a name, but you make the connection. Give them a name. They don't mind. He's giving me his name, actually. It's Saul. Excuse me. It's Saul, but not S-A-U-L. S-O-L, like soul.
Oh,
like
Saul.
sun, like the sun.
That's a cool name.
Wow. He's working with you about, so basically the seeds that you plant career-wise, he's working with you. So all you have to say to him is like, hey, I want to make this bigger or faster, or very good. Also, I really see that you need to be out on the water. That means this summer, if you can get out on the water, go on a boat, maybe do a boat tour, maybe go to a place that has beautiful crystal clear water that you can treat yourself to that. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Spirit shout out.
Spirit shout out.
Lisa Christie. June 4th is my grandfather's birthday. Louis. passed several years ago.
Thank you. So Louis will have a message for you. So we got one birth. I said 2 dates. I said December 9th and June 4th. They're usually the birthday of someone or the when they passed. So this is the birthday of someone who passed. The grandfather was June 4th. His name was Louis. And who is the person who's asking?
Lisa.
And Lisa and Louis. He's just used this as a moment for him to say hello to you and to give you a big salute. He's going like this with his hand. And I don't know what he's making a joke about. Was he really short or really tall? Or is it you? Was there a joke about somebody's height or somebody growing, or I don't know. Also, do you have some plans to go to New York? He's mentioning New York City. Okay. Yes.
Another spirit shout out.
Tiffany Tanner
Davies
has
has a bunch of drinking glasses that have Bugs Bunny, Tweety Bird, Wile E. Coyote, and Roadrunner.
Thank you.
And she would like to know if there's any message from her guides.
Yes, well, the guides know about this, and what they're coming through to give me the message about this. And I'm so glad that you have this, that you have these collectibles, is about the inner child, is about those things that make you happy. I'm sure that those glasses with Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig and all them make you happy. It is about knowing that you stayed true to who you are, and they're just giving you a pat on the back. And that while you like those things, you're also start to open yourself up to the new things. Like, who is the equivalent of the new Bugs Bunny or the new Porky Pig? Who are the new animated icons? And to let yourself enjoy those as well, because you're not dead and you're not old. And stay current with some of the things that, like, explore, like take a look when you're surfing the TV and you're looking through Netflix or whatever. Look and see what are the kids watching now, and let yourself open your mind and say, let me see what I might like here, because it's like you're getting refreshed. They want to help you refresh and update. Great.
Erica, look at the recent comments, because I feel like there could be some confirmations. Meanwhile, I can ask the next question while you do that.
Sure.
Will you just check it out? Or do you have something already?
No, I have something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you do?
The game.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's backgammon, but this woman, Kimberly, her grandfather made her this old, like, wooden game.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Amazing. Why are you saying this old wooden game? What is she saying?
Well, she's responding to the backgammon.
Yes,
one.
yes.
Because
I said grandfather, and then there's this game, and you have it.
Yes, and she has it.
Great.
His name is EJ, Edvald Joseph.
Oh, that's fantastic. And her name is? Kimberly. Confirmation time. Okay. Look, him coming through and saying that is his way of letting you know his confirmation of that I'm with you and he loves you, and that was just his specific thing that he wanted to share with you. Of course, that you cherish it and take care of it and understand. You know, I feel that with items, they're with us for as long as they're supposed to be with us. Some people freak out. I lost my grandmother's wedding, and I'm going, you were supposed to lose it. Mm-hmm. I know. Oh, my grandma would be so upset. No, they're not going to be upset on the other side. They are in the most fantastical dimensions, experiencing the most amazing things. They're not upset about anything that's material over here, okay? Don't worry about it. Possessions leave you when they're supposed to leave you. Let it go. So he's saying, you know, let's not make this into a big thing. Your grandfather's saying that, but it's like, I want to use it to let you know that it's me and hello. And he kept showing that to me because it just had all this love around it. And I wanted you to know, thank you for doing that, for checking in with us. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, so we have Puerto Rico in the house.
That's the PR.
Yeah, and his name is Louis as well. I am new here and I have a question. I would like to know if I can continue making the video game I started before my awakening. I'm conflicted.
Look.
Interesting.
Here's what you can do. You can change it to, listen, a lot of spiritual and positive things are even some horror movies are very positive. Why? Because within it there are lessons. within it there are teachings. Even something like The Exorcist, which is such a scary movie, it dealt with demonic possession and entities and all of that, and the scenes have people passing out in the movie theater. Overall, the message was that you can survive and you can let the darkness pass through you and not to be shaken up. And look at that priest in The Exorcist, right? The priest in The Exorcist had to keep his cool. And there was another priest who didn't keep his cool, and he ended up dead, right? I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. That movie still scares me. But anyway, what I'm saying is Edgar Allan Poe wrote very dark stories, but inside of it there was a soulfulness. And so if you do something right, you deliver something right, and you make it more layered, of course you can do that. Of course you can. So there's no reason why you can't add different elements to interweave. And that's the whole place of innovation. All these great foods that we have now, or dishes, right? I'm a big fan of cooking shows. We watch Gordon Ramsay all the time, and one of the things they talk about is how do you upgrade or update a dish that was old? Elevate it. You add something. Oh, they drizzled honey on this, and then they added sriracha. Now they updated this dish that was old. Oh, they added something spicy to something that was sweet, and it updated it. And it became something visionary and innovative and sparked new conversations. So if you're going to do this, then do it that way. Add something from your awakenings that's happening. Okay? All right. By the way, interesting fact that I found out recently. Did you know that Brussels sprouts did you know that they were cultivated and they're not natural?
Well, you mean like it was genetically modified?
It wasn't genetically modified. I don't think they use chemicals, but Brussels sprouts were made by no, I don't. I'm gonna look it up, Google it. But someone told me, and then I looked it up, and it was true.
And you have to believe everything you read on the internet.
No, it was. But it was. There is something I've been meaning to tell you. So why not tell you and everybody else on the podcast? So look up Brussels sprouts. I like the way they're doing. Let me tell you something. Brussels sprouts was nowhere to be found when I was a kid. It was the worst thing you could.
Oh, the flash fry? The flash fry?
No, I'm talking about when I was a kid. Brussels sprouts was the worst thing that you could ever offer anyone.
But I'm talking about the current.
And now Brussels sprouts are baked and crisp, and they have all this fun stuff on it.
It's called
and it's so
flash
good.
Fry. I'm pretty sure.
No, they're all not fried.
No, but the good ones are called flash fry.
Well, anything is good flash fried. You could flash fry a rock and I'll eat it. I'd be like, damn, that's good.
Well, we have another person I'd like to get to.
Who's that?
My friend named Matt passed away last summer. It affected many in our community. Does he have any messages for us? My name is Bernice. Thank you.
Hi, Bernice. I'm sorry for your loss and everyone's loss. Let me tune into Matt. Or Matthew, I guess. Well, I have to tell you something. Some people come in, Bernice, as shooting stars. They come in for a very short period of time in your life to make the impact and then to keep going. And I have to say something. I always do say I'm sorry for your loss. But in my heart of hearts, I know that there is no loss ultimately, because you are in your heart one with this person.
And they're still alive.
And literally they are still alive. They're just not in a body. Okay, they are literally still alive. They are not in a physical body, and that's it. And by the way, I get a very theatrical energy for some reason from Matt. Very colorful. And he's with these teachers like Buddha and Yogananda. I don't know if you know who Yogananda is. You may very well. But he's like in the real spiritual class on the other side. And that's like where he wants to be. I don't know why, but I get a very Freddie Mercury energy from him.
Wow.
And so interesting. There's this song that's playing in my head, which is a Freddie Mercury song. It's called Somebody to Love. Have you ever heard that? I'm curious, Bernice, if that song means anything to you guys. Okay. Yeah, he's like, you're dealing with like a space captain. He's like, he has missions to go on. His mission here was complete in the physical, then whatever ripple of energy that he left. He was as a soul, he was very happy. As a person, he may not have been, but as a soul, on the soul level, meaning, look, as a soul, we have lifetimes where we struggle. We have lifetimes where we have strife, and sometimes we even take ourselves out. But the soul is never sad. It's the personality that can get sad. But what I want to say about him is I'm just trying to convey to you what I feel as his true essence. That's what I feel. Also, is the name Jennifer connected to you guys? Or Jenny? Okay.
So I'm going to ask one last question, and then I'm going to give everybody something to think about for the week. I'm going to scramble your brains.
I love it.
And then we'll close for the evening.
All right.
Okay, so this is for Carrie.
Yeah.
Hi, Riz. I'm currently walking the path of Bhakti Yoga, and I feel this indescribable connection to India, the food, the culture, etc. Is this a connection to a past life, and am I on the right path with Bhakti?
Oh, well, how could you not be on the right path with Bhakti?
That sentence cancels itself.
In essence, Bhakti just simply is the love, it's the devotion.
Right.
But it is not specific to India. It is not specific to a particular culture. Even in India, when we refer to Bhakti, Bhakti is representative beyond our ethnicity, beyond our religions. Bhakti is everything. It's that kind of loving devotion. So especially in the music, enjoy that, love that, feel that. You could visit India. India is a very complex place. There's so many things that will startle you, astound you, things you will love, things you will not love at all. And it's just a place that once in your life you should visit.
Speaking of, I'm just going to send her...
Link in chat already.
Oh, you can come. You could come with us. We're going in January to South India, to Goa, for a yoga and wellness retreat. So you could be part of that.
You must attend this.
I'm looking into the past life situation. You're here. Okay, so the message I'm getting, by the way, about the Bhakti and is that you're not here to be in just one denomination.
He says, oh my gosh, yes. He was so energetic. I'm sorry, that was for the one beforehand.
Okay, let me finish this one before we go back.
I just realized because the energy was so strong to that.
But anything like that, just wait till I'm done with this message.
Got it, dear.
So what I want to say to you is that you're not here for just one path of devotion. You're here to be much more fluid, and that you understand that Bhakti encompasses everything. Okay? I do see a symbol of infinity. By the way, a symbol of infinity would be a really good little tattoo for you. Be very nice for you. I see that symbol happening with you. But definitely do the chanting. That's going to be excellent for you. Okay.
Okay.
Any confirmations before I sign off?
Well, what you had said about Matt. That's just thank you.
Speak louder because people need to hear you.
Right. She just wanted to say he was so energetic, and thank you so much for this message.
You're so welcome, Bernice. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
I know you can probably keep going for hours.
I sure can.
I don't know if my eyes can handle it. My eyes are frying right now on the computer.
Oh, right.
Oh, my God. Okay. So, everybody.
You got to be wearing your blue blockers.
I know.
Okay.
Wait, you're wearing blue blockers.
I'm wearing blue blockers, but we have a lot of blue blockers in the house.
Shoot, now you're going to make me want to go get mine.
Okay.
I get jealous of your blue blockers. I always want to put mine on.
Guys, get blue blockers. Sunglasses are the best.
We're addicted to them. So, you guys, here is my mind twister for you. And I always like to kind of give you a surprise at the end of every show, and you never know what it's going to be. And sometimes it's a homework assignment. But tonight, I am going to have you expand your mind. So everybody take a moment, relax, take a deep breath, chill, take a moment, slow everything down. And if you need some guided meditation to go to sleep tonight, Erica, can you put the link of my meditation video? But that's not what this is about. Okay, ready? Imagine this. Right now, in this very moment, this that we're living in right now, this earth, this life, is actually the other side. And when we cross, we graduate. When we die, we graduate. And what you call the other side is actually real life. Just a thought. Some people have already pondered this. I've asked it before, and some people have actually done a lot of research in this area. Some people already believe this. Some people are thinking about it. Now, the bottom line is this. It shakes things up, flips the script, changes your perspective, puts some flexibility in your static and controlled way of thinking that's very linear and very tunnel vision. So this is what is going to help you go into more multidimensional thinking. So I'm going to review this again with you guys so you can hear it again. So this life you're living right now, this flesh and blood, 3D, real life, material world you live in is actually the other side. And we are in classroom time. We are learning to accept ourselves, learn about creation, surrender completely, surrender to love, and then have our awakening. Casually and gracefully is the goal. When we cross over to the other side, we're actually coming alive.
So they're actually helping us to be like decent people to go. And so this
they're
is like
cleaning up our act.
This is a holographic classroom.
Well, think of it. I think of it like we're cleaning up our act. Because if you think about it, we're kind of doing a lot of homework all the time.
We're constantly tweaking, adjusting, aligning, figuring out our emotional well-being.
It's like we live in a nonstop university.
University. Interesting. Mind-blowing. Wow, guys. What a Psychic Sundays. Ringing bells. I hope that you enjoyed it. And we are actually not going to be on next weekend. We're going to be on tour, so we won't be here. So we will see you.
We have this awesome episode coming for you guys. Mm-hmm. We cannot wait.
Yes. Yeah, you'll see that in a couple of weeks. And we'll let you know when the next Psychic Sundays is. It might be on a Monday because we might be traveling on that day. But definitely we're not going to be on next week. But we will be dropping, if you guys haven't checked out my new series, which is called Psychic Lab with Riz. Episode 1 dropped a few days ago. We're going to be dropping episode 2 and 3 coming up in the next week or two. Probably this week will be episode 2 and then following episode 3. So drop in. It is where I go into the mechanics and the actual workings of psychic ability, phenomenon, and understanding dimensional realities, understanding all things that have to do with psychic work. So if you really want some good class time, drop into the Psychic Lab. If you haven't watched it, it's in the video list now. Thank you, guys. We send you much, much, much love. Happy summer solstice.
Happy summer solstice. Namaste, everyone. Stay cool, stay clean, stay happy, stay healthy.